Now, why would someone who just pushed legislation to punish a bishop for asking for mercy and empathy turn around and say they want an office of the faith in the house that's white, that they want a televangelist to run, and combined with a weaponized arm of justice to put together a task force that will go after anti-steeple people bias amongst the people. Again, all funded with taxpayer dollars, connected directly to the government, violating so many things. And you guys are going to say it's unconstitutional. And I'm going to remind you that those people said the Constitution is unconstitutional. So you need to stop using that as an excuse, unless you're going to use it as an excuse to fire your ass up and get out there and realize that these people have to be removed. Like, carried out, removed. Some of y'all are slowly catching that that's the only thing that's going to do it. Some of y'all are still going, no, there has to be something else. And we all have to wait for y'all. In the meantime, these people that used their untaxed dollars to push this along are now using our tax dollars to create protection and welfare for themselves and their lifestyle at our expense, which is the goal. All right. Like I keep telling you, like I said in the podcast, these are criminal groups. That's all they are. They attract the worst people. They make a nice little group of terrible people. They use their untaxed protections to force their ways on everyone else because they want control. Okay. In my area, we have the sheriff who proudly was like, yay, we want a felon in the house that's white. He was very, in fact, he was the one who found the third attempt, allegedly, because the guy had an ID and they blew it out of proportion. Yeah, so one of his officers was caught trafficking the fen. The thing they're always talking about because they're on it. Yeah, that was going on under him. Which makes sense because a lot of the people that go to the church that's affiliated with that guy have a lot of new stuff lately. A lot of big renovations at their houses, new RVs. I've been like, where's all this money coming from? They're all retired and don't work. It's starting to make sense. Anyway, yeah. Also, keep in mind that the state-run media, and you got to be careful on here, guys. There are news, they look like news sources, and they put a headline that's like, oh, blue team pushes for, impeachment process. But then when you read the article, it's very pro-Stench administration. They're getting stealthy with it. They're putting headlines that look like we want to see it. And then the article is just, why do you hate them so much? They're doing such a great job. They're being so amazing for America. And they're eliminating so much of this. And they're fixing that. And this is such a great success. And the blue team is just being like this for no reason. That's how it's being. For those, the one before this, when I was like, don't ask me to confirm stuff with mainstream because it's too late. Okay. Mainstream is telling everyone that everything's fine. Doing a great job, fixing all kinds of problems. What are the blues talking about? Okay. And those people don't read or check anything else. And meanwhile, the guy who's doing the things is paying for those stories to be written, saying that everything's great and he's doing a bang up job. And everyone's just complaining for no reason, at the same time suppressing the news of the marches and protests, etc., that are not just here and not just in all 50 states, but around the world. They're suppressing all that and then feeding you stuff that says everybody loves them and they're doing such a great job. Okay, that's what state-run media is. Also, the red legislators, just in case any of them needed more motivation, are pretty much now just bragging that they're going to do whatever they want to do and that people just need to be ready to sacrifice for the co-daddies. That's just the price we have to pay. We have to suffer for them. It's on their behalf. And while the cult people are fine with suffering on behalf of their God because it's built in, and again, that's why they want it in the house that's white. Mind control, okay? It's not because they love the faith so much. That guy has nothing to do. He wouldn't even put his hand on the Bible. All right, for the ceremony. Okay, he doesn't give two shits about it. What he does care about is that those are millions of people that jump when he says jump, and that's good enough. And if we get to fund it at taxpayer expense, that's good enough for the likes of the Tim Thompsons that are like, yeah, control. And like I said, it's the people who want control that badly that you need to be worried about. All right, that 412 just welcomed criminals back into their midst. All right, they literally are a haven for convicted PDFs. And they're like, yeah, felons in control. Jeebus loves felons. Let's go. So, like I said, those people are the other half of the problem that needs to be handled. But for right now, darling, whatever it takes for you to get get the picture and understand that the traditional paths and options that you would usually choose from in a situation like this do not apply. And a criminal enterprise is not going to wait for laws and courts to reel them in. They're a criminal enterprise. They're going to crime, and they're going to expect the good guys to stay good. So what does that mean? Put two and two together and let me know when you got it.